And the big story that we are going to be discussing over here at the urban debate comes in from the national capital. Now, the politicians of Delhi should be hanging their heads in shame today. Why? The answer is on your screens right now. Those are the scenes unfolding in the MCD House. Elected councillors are behaving like roadside goons, or rather worse. There is punching, kicking, hair pulling and abusing. All kinds of shameful things are happening inside the house. At one point, a councillor even fainted and had to be revived on the floor. Honestly, we are running out of adjectives to describe the actions of these netas. Shameful, disgusting, outrageous and deplorable. Any of these words can be used to describe these scenes. But first, let me tell you how this street fight broke out inside the MCD House. After a 2-day delay, the MCD House finally got down to electing the standing committee today. But when the votes were counted, one of them was declared invalid by Mayor Shelly Oberoi. What happened next, ladies and gentlemen, is on your screens. I'm going to go across to my colleague Ishika, who is joining me from the MCD House, and she has witnessed the Delhi councillors behaving in the most unruly manner. Ishika, take us through the details. What is the situation in the MCD House right now? How did this entire ruckus broke out? What is the situation on ground? Is because several councillors even fell sick. Those are the scenes on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, please look at these are the elected representatives. They are the ones who are the corporators of the national capital, setting the most defaming and deplorable image of the national capital. They are the corporators who are supposed to be taking up the cause of the people of Delhi, but this is how they conduct themselves. There is no decorum in the house. They are getting violent. They are using...
Yes, so, what we are seeing, right now here in the house, very upsetting visuals that came to light, very disgraceful, shameful visuals, that came to light. In fact, I'll try to show you even now also. This is the very floor of the house, where we saw the BJP councillors, the Aam Aadmi Party councillors get into a scuffle, and we saw, how the situation, the house went totally out of control. We saw how the laptops were in fact trashed and broken, how in fact the laptops were trashed and in fact broken here, and then we saw, how very upsetting how the mayor in fact, her hair was dragged as well. We have in fact a BJP councillor and former standing committee chairman, SDMC Shikha Roy ji with us. We'll try to go across to her. Ma'am, you have been the standing committee chairman. So ma'am, I want to ask you, have you seen such kind of disgraceful visuals ever in your entire tenure?
Not at all. We were in power for the last 5 years. The Aam Aadmi Party was in the opposition. Just ask them whether such things happened there. We are the same. They are the same. Why this is being done like this? Why? Because they want standing committee at any cost. They cannot have this feeling that they are going to lose their 4th member. So when everything was prepared, the sheet was prepared, election agent who had come from election commission, he had signed this declaring 6 who had won. The mayor simply takes out a vote and says this is an invalid. I declare it invalid. Now recount. They at any cost they want their 4th member. Very true. I was standing there in the well. I was repeatedly asking them, please don't do this. You cannot declare a vote valid or invalid without having written anything on it by the even election agent who would declare. Because when the things were being counted, why not the election agent or the counting agent at that point said that this is an invalid vote? When the counting is complete, when they see that the sheet is prepared and their candidate is not winning, after that they create this ruckus. Now this attitude, this behavior of mayor, who has, we have seen such kind of scenes and we are really afraid to go inside.
Ma'am, we saw that you were, continuously trying to pacify. But we also saw the BJP councillors, how, they attacked the mayor. She was dragged by the hair. Very upsetting, ma'am.
No, this is, like I said, whatever, if any wrong is done on our part, definitely that can also not
will
be
the BJP councillors
they will also it not be taken up. But what I say is, earlier also, in every house for the last so many years, there must be many issues which would have come before the house in the committees. But such kind of scenes, it is only because they cannot bear at any cost to think that standing committee is not with them.
Ma'am, one last question to you. You yourself are a women councillor. Ma'am, we saw today women councillors actively participating in this scuffle, dragging, slapping each other. Ma'am, what do you have to say on that?
I really feel this is shameful, this is disgusting, whatever has happened in the house. Our own BJP women parshads, if you come and see to them, they have been, badly bruised, cut, all swollen, everything. One of our corporators, he was literally bashed by 4 people on him. Just imagine, this is literally life-endangering, dangerous, actions that they are taking. Very, very unfortunate.
So, this was, in fact, this was the Shikha Rai, the former standing committee chairman, and what she is saying that she has never seen this upsetting visuals. And when we confronted her on how the BJP councillors, in fact, dragged the mayor by her hair, she said that any wrong that has been done on the part of the BJP, they will be apologizing. But Samia, definitely, very disgraceful, very shameful, pictures and visuals that came from the floor of the house, how we saw the women councillors. These are the councillors that are elected by the people of Delhi, in fact, thinking that they will bring some good in the society, and this is what they show. We saw how they were, in fact, hurling bottles at each other. I'll directly like to show you the visuals also here.
Absolutely, Ishika, and appreciate you joining us here and getting us all those details, and we shall come back to you as you continue to be present over there at the MCD House. Unprecedented scene, disturbing, appalling scenes, and to take us through further details and share their opinion, rather, I am joined by a caller who is Noor Ahmed, joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Noor, please go ahead with your views. How are you looking at this massive ruckus that took place in the MCD House? Well, that line seems to have gotten disconnected, but I'm also joined by Mr. Vijaykumar, who is calling us from Bengaluru. Mr. Kumar, please go ahead with your views. How are you looking at these pictures of a massive ruckus that took place in the MCD House in Delhi?
See, my family itself has been votary of the BJP since its formation. Hello, are you getting my point? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Kumar, please go ahead with your views.
See, we have been, as a family, we have been votary of BJP because we don't like Congress, the slave party of this country. Every congressman, every member they do not believe in their parents or any relationship. They believe only in money and land grabbing. And BJP is taking only congressmen into their fold. See, my own relation is there in Hyderabad, and one deputed councillor has grabbed his property. The one thing that we know is that the judiciary is a weak link, and there should be a separate wing, just like MSME in say, small-scale industries and all that. For all these things, no, Supreme Court should not intervene at all. These councillors and all, they are rogues. They don't deserve. Their corporators are ruffians. That is the say you are putting on your TV. I say that they should be sent immediately to jail and not eligible as a family for voting. All their rights should be removed. Every person there must be having, say, their own family members in Congress or other parties. We have made a mockery of our constitution. They speak of Baba Sahib and then they do all criminal acts. Do you get my point? There should be immediate suspension.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, Mr. Vijaykumar, with your views. And those are the numbers that are flashing on your screen. Do share with us your views. How are you looking at these absolutely embarrassing scenes being played out in the MCD House in the national capital? But I'm also joined by our guests to discuss this entire matter. Mr. Mithun Vijaykumar, who is a political analyst, joining us, and also joined by Huda Zariwala, who is also a political analyst. A very good evening to both of you, and I appreciate you taking out time to discuss this here with us at Mirror Now. Your first views, Ms. Zariwala, how are you looking at these visuals playing out on the screens? Absolutely shocking, unacceptable. Is this the conduct of corporators from either side? You know, no party can blame each other. Aam Aadmi Party or the BJP cannot indulge in a blame game over here because both are equally responsible for bringing down the dignity of the MCD House.
Good evening, Samia ji. Thank you so much for having me on this debate. Yes, this is absolutely shocking and appalling. Something like this in a constitutional democracy is highly unacceptable. And we have time and again seen how BJP tried to put hurdles in the elections of the mayor and the deputy mayor. Why cannot the BJP accept its defeat? Why can't the BJP understand that after 15 years of the rule of the BJP in Delhi, now the mandate of the people has spoken. The people want the Aam Aadmi Party to be in the MCD. So what is the issue with the standing committee elections? I mean, we have seen that, you know, I mean, this has been ongoing for the second day now. I mean, this is highly unacceptable. I mean, you know, the women councillors being mishandled like that. I mean, we've seen how Rekha Gupta, the BJP mayor candidate, I mean, she literally broke the podium. Amit Nagpal, he, you know, tore the ballot paper through the ballot box. I mean, Dr. Shelly Oberoi was attacked time and again. I mean, how is this accepted by, you know, any institutional setup? Why doesn't the BJP understand that this is not how it's going to work? The Gundagadi is over now. How many attempts, you know, failed attempts had to happen before the election of the mayor and the deputy mayor finally happened? I mean, thanks to the Supreme Court intervening, thanks to the judiciary intervening, that finally we have a mayor and deputy mayor of the Aam Aadmi Party. Clearly, the standing committee is also going to be, you know, won in majority by the Aam Aadmi Party. So why this entire scenario? I mean, what are we talking about? This uncouth, uncivilized way of the BJP? I mean, this clearly shows that Gundagadi is what they have accepted as the normal status quo.
But ma'am, Zariwal, I will have to interject over there. You know, Aam Aadmi Party is equally responsible because many of the BJP corporators have also been beaten up. So no one political party can assume a high moral ground. I would like to correct you on that front. Let me take that question across to Mr. Vijaykumar also, who's joining at this point in time. Mr. Vijaykumar, you have also seen these pictures, very disturbing, embarrassing, shameful to see our elected representatives, our corporators who are supposed to talk about Bijli, Sadak, Pani today are becoming like gundas over there in the MCD House and conducting themselves in the most embarrassing manner. Mr. Vijaykumar, do you think this is about politics that is at play, or do you think this is generally people reacting in the heat of the moment because they have lost out to the Aam Aadmi Party, which Ms. Zariwala was mentioning over here?
This is embarrassing and totally unacceptable. But one thing I would like to say is BJP is in opposition in many civic bodies and assemblies across the nation. But this is the first of its kind incident involving BJP. Earlier, we had seen similar incidents between Congress and CPIM in Kerala and all. But for Aam Aadmi Party, this is not something new. We had seen a similar incident in 2017 inside the assembly. You know, Aam Aadmi Party I feel that Aam Aadmi Party is basically a very new party, and it has a lot of members who are anarchists, and this is not the first time they are creating ruckus inside a inside a civic body or an assembly house of elected members. In 2017, Kapil Mishra was beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party MLAs. Now you can see, people are flinging water bottles and ballot boxes at each other. See, such incidents must be condemned without taking any political positions, is what I would like to say. And elected members must follow a certain code of conduct, whether it is a civic body or assembly or whether it is in such places, there should be a code of conduct that
absolutely, Mr. Vijaykumar. There has to be a basic decency, a basic conduct with which all political parties have to adhere to, irrespective whether you are on the winning side or on the losing side. What example are you setting for the country to watch? You are from the national capital, you are public representatives, and this is how you conduct yourself. I'm also joined by another caller who is calling us from Raichur, Mr. Neelkant Rao. If you can hear me, Mr. Rao, please go ahead with your views.
See, the scene which is happening in the corporation office, it's a disgrace to the nation and as well as to the corporators who are so-called educated, who are representing the delegates. It's a disgrace to the thing, and the responsibility of the police is also there. They have not properly taken the protection of the police. The chairman should have taken so that she could have avoided this. And 50% seats are reserved for ladies. It disgrace to the ladies also, because ladies are spoiling their image itself.
In complete agreement with you, Mr. Rao. Thank you for joining us here at Mirror Now and sharing your views. Clearly, there is nobody to regulate the House. And that is the reason why there was this anarchy playing out in the MCD House. Women equally to be blamed, Aam Aadmi Party equally to be blamed, BJP to be blamed, and also all the marshals over there who are supposed to ensure that there is no untoward incident that takes place, that nobody takes law into their own hands. They are getting violent, they are picking up mics and throwing at each other. Ms. Zariwala, do you think that even if Aam Aadmi Party is victorious, it's a responsibility of Aam Aadmi Party also to ensure that the House runs?
And that we have been trying to do for so long now. I mean, if somebody is going to attack a councillor or anybody for that matter, there will be a reverse attack to that. There will be a rebuttal to that. So how is the BJP expecting to, do its gundagardi in its full flow and then have no repercussions to it? I mean, everybody out there is acting in such an uncouth manner, and honestly, it is the BJP to be blamed.
What are you saying? Aam Aadmi Party is in the state government over here. Aam Aadmi Party is in the MCD. Aam Aadmi Party mayor is also over there. And an eye for an eye is only going to leave the whole world blind. If the BJP has tried to take law into their own hands, raise a hand or conduct themselves inappropriately or manhandle any of the Aam Aadmi Party councillors, why did the Aam Aadmi Party not take them to the police immediately or ask the marshals to come and take them out? Why did they have to get down also into fighting business?
We are talking about a situation that
this is no gang war going on.
And let us not forget the police is under the control of the center. So, I mean, after 4 failed attempts of trying to conduct a mayor and deputy mayor election, finally with the intervention of the Supreme Court, it happened. I mean, imagine how long it is going to take for us to finally have the standing committee members. I mean, this was the order of the Supreme Court to conduct the election of the standing committee right after the mayor and deputy mayor election. It was as simple as that. What was the need of all this tamasha, this ruckus, this gundagardi by the BJP? Time and again, BJP has proven that it can manhandle people. It can turn any situation into a chaotic one. I mean, this
Ms. Zariwala, I will have to interject over there. I agree with you that perhaps the BJP is acting like a sore loser, but the Aam Aadmi Party also cannot be acting holier than thou and say that they have to give it back to them in the same coin. I have a caller right now, so I will allow you to make a point soon after that. I am joined by Mr. Prasad over here calling us from Chennai. Well, that line seems to have gotten disconnected, but let me go across to Mr. Mithun Vijaykumar. Mr. Vijaykumar, do you agree with what Ms. Zariwala was mentioning over here, is that the BJP started this entire brawl, this scuffle of sorts in MCD, and it just got out of hand? Whose responsibility is it to conduct themselves responsibly? Even if the BJP is in the opposition right now, it is their responsibility as much to be like a partner. It has to be a coordination between the two sides. You cannot be hurling mics and chappals at each other.
The attacks of this form is totally unacceptable, and we should not be taking any political position at this time is what I would like to say. And like I said earlier, we have seen similar incidents from Aam Aadmi Party in 2017 as well, when they attacked Kapil Mishra. And why wasn't police brought in to control the situation? And I heard the panelists saying that, since police is under the control of center, just because of that, the mayor couldn't engage them. The mayor couldn't engage the police because the police is under the center's control. That's a very baseless comment. And so let's not take any political position and try to justify this. Whoever is involved in such incidents or such forms of violence should be condemned, and whoever is responsible must be punished. And elected members of civic body and assembly must follow a certain code of conduct, and strict action must be taken against all those who are, all those who have taken this violent step. That's what I would like to say at this point.